This episode of On the Line is presented to you by Living.Fit, your one stop for all your fitness needs. Make sure you go download the app Living.Fit today. Now here's the show. Welcome to On the Line. Today is Friday, April 15th. We got a great show for you guys. We got welterweight champion of PFL, one of the best fighters outside the UFC, Ray Cooper III on the show. And then we talk about UFC Luque Muhammad with Chas Skelly, now a recurring segment. Awesome time. But first and foremost, listen on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, listen on Apple, Spotify, Deezer, Stitcher, any podcasting platform. Hit that follow button, maybe leave a review. That'd be sick. But anyway, Ray Cooper, talk about all sorts of stuff. Talk about the hair, talk about his last fight, talk about maybe the UFC, talking about going to the Olympics. We're all over the place with that one. But then obviously Chas Skelly, I haven't filmed it yet, but I know it's going to be great because last week was great, so I can only imagine what this week's going to be. So tune in for that as well. So without further ado, let's go on into Ray Cooper III. We are joined by a very special guest. He is the defending welterweight champion of PFL. He is one of, if not the best fighter outside of the UFC. It is Ray Cooper III. My man, how we doing? How's Hawaii?
Good, everything's good. How you doing, bro?
Doing great. So I said before this, like the hair check, seems like we're still going with the buzz cut a little bit, still undecided. I don't know if we want to grow it back out or not.
Yeah, we'll see. It takes a while to grow your hair long, so it's like, but
I mean, it was all the way down to the butt. It was long. It was real long. That's like 9 years. Was that what you said it was?
Yeah, since my first baby, I was growing my hair, so yeah, it takes a while, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
Undecided. Well, I mean, you can kind of think like you have like the mythical fighters out there. You got like Mystic Mac, you got Sober Costa, you got Bloody Nate Diaz. You can say like Buzzcut Cooper, another completely mythical fighter. You know?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it's.
So, at what point in the night when you're cutting weight for the fight did you realize like, oh, I need to cut my hair to make weight, or was it just one of those things you're like, I just don't want to cut any more weight. Let's just cut the hair and do it that way.
I wasn't even thinking about cutting my hair. It was just I think it was only like 10 minutes left, and I was about probably 0.8 off, and my dad said we had to cut it, and I didn't want to cut it. I wanted to keep cutting weight, but he just chopped it off, and I was like, there's nothing I can do.
Couldn't do half and then see what we were at. Couldn't just do half.
Yeah, I did half, and I still was little.
Oh.
So I was like, that's right, buzz him.
How much was it all together then? Was it a full pound? Was that how much hair you had on you?
Yeah, it was almost a pound.
Jeez, that's a lot of hair. That's a lot of hair. So I mean, let's talk about the fight. I mean, it was an awesome fight. I mean, it was one of those points where, I mean, like, he had a tight arm triangle locked in the second. Didn't need to do the arm triangle. He knocked him out in the third. But fighting a Russian guy like him, Russian grappler, would you have been more satisfied with the arm triangle finish than the knockout? But the knockout was pretty satisfying, though. So
yeah, I'm satisfied with any kind of finish as long as it doesn't go to the judges. You know what I mean? So just me dominating him in the wrestling department. That's where the Russians thrive. Their freestyle wrestling is top notch and world class. So just to dominate him like how I did in the second round, that was good enough for me. And the knockout just was topping off the night.
I mean, you're gained a lot in the first round. It was back and forth, but it really took over in the second and third. I mean, if you weren't going to get the finish in the third, I mean, it was coming at some point. It was just a matter of time.
Yeah, it's just he's a real good distance fighter and submission fighter. So him keeping his distance was pretty good. But yeah, I just had to bide my time and pick my shots, and the opening came.
What did you do with your $1 million this time? I know last time you bought some like bikes and stuff. What did you do with the $1 million this time?
Not really nothing. That's all I have. That's all I love to do is ride dirt bikes, and that's not even close to the what I want. They didn't even put a dent in anything. So yeah, I'm not a big spender. I just stay home and hang out with my kids and ride their bike. That's pretty much it.
How many kids are you up to now?
I have 5 kids.
Whew. Done? Or are you gonna go for more? I mean, you got the money at this point.
Yeah. My wife is pregnant again, so we have
number 6.
Yeah.
Number 6 on the way, and it's like when she expecting?
Probably sometime in October.
So we'll have a fight around then, because like I mean, we talked about this with someone else, but like kind of the popular thing in the whole entire world of sports is to have a kid like around the time you're going to perform, and either like you finish the fight or finish a sporting event, and then immediately go to the birth of your child. You should try to like make sure the PFL schedules your next fight after the one you guys coming up soon, like around that time frame, so you get like that extra dad strength. You know?
Yeah, yeah. That really doesn't. I really don't think about my family when I'm fighting. It's just strictly just training and just focusing on just fighting. And yeah,
I will get, and I want to get to your family. I want to get your family in just a second, because it's not just you who's like the big time fighter. But I want to ask this real quick. One last question about the $1 million. When you first won the first $1 million, were you just looking at your bank account, waiting for that $1 million to hit the bank account?
um, yeah, kind of, but it wasn't a big surprise because I knew I was gonna win that, and just having that reassurance that you be comfortable now and I don't need to be um struggling and struggling to train and struggling to have money, you know what I mean? And to have that reassurance is just that was the thing about it.
And so now you're going into your third, technically fourth, but really it's the third season of the PFL, and you're a two-time defending champion at this point, back-to-back champion, might I add. And you're going into this year, and I feel like the motivation you had last year was, I know you really wanted the Magomed fight, you got it in the championship for the title. I mean, what is the motivation this year for this upcoming season of PFL?
My motivation is always just to be the best, and that's just all in my mind. Just trying to fight the best guys and being at the top and pushing myself to whatever limits there is. But that's pretty much all my mind. Just um, being the best and to win it again. That's just gonna keep reassuring me that I'm the best and I'm doing what I'm doing.
The 3 million, gotta go for that 3 million. So like, and I know like you're still pretty young in your career, and I mean obviously last year the people were saying maybe we should go try out UFC, Bellator. I mean, how many millions of dollars do you want to win before you try to test out the other grounds, or do you have belief in PFL of that like they're gonna keep bringing you these new guys and you really don't even have to leave?
Yeah, and I don't know. We'll see. But right now I'm on the contract with them, so there's nothing really I can do about that. But I would love to fight the UFC champions, the Bellator champions. I wish we could do like interpromotional fights where we can fight the other fighters like boxing. How boxing does it, they fight WEC with WBO. You know what I mean? So I wish we could do that with MMA. I think that would be the new wave of the future with MMA, and that's how we would get to the status of boxing and the pay of boxing too. So, but yeah, I just whatever. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Just go with the flow. Just kind of go with the flow with it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So then I want to ask about your family. I know your brothers, like, but kind of around the pandemic, they were it was about the time when they were ready to go pro. Where are we at with that? Because I know you train with them all the time, and I know they've been trying to for a little bit. Where are we at with that?
Yeah, they just had a fight probably like 3 weeks ago. They fought in my youngest brother fought in Titan FC in Florida, and then my other brother fought in Cage Warriors in San Diego. So that was their first pro fight. So it's really good. And then my younger brother, he got another fight in Bellator down here. So that's they're just gonna keep fighting and building their record.
Things are looking up for the Cooper family, the Cooper clan. We got a lot of good things coming up for you guys. And I know they had a lot of like really big successes in college, whether it be NIA and NCAA and all that kind of stuff. And you see they win the national championships. And I know you had a scholarship. Where was it? Was it Iowa was offering you a scholarship?
No, I had it was a small school in Oklahoma, Bacone. It was I think it was a NIA school too. Yeah.
Okay. But you see these successes that your brothers had. Is there a part of you that kind of wishes you had that? Like you ever kind of wish you went back, like not go back and redo it because it's worked out for you pretty well. But you ever kind of look back? Maybe I should have went to college, and maybe I kind of would have wanted to have those experiences of winning national championships in wrestling.
Yeah, I think about it on going to if I was to go to school, I would have wanted to go to Iowa, but it wouldn't have worked out for me because I didn't like school at the time, and um I was really a knucklehead too. So I think I would have not have done too well. And yeah, but I still have big dreams for wrestling. I really want to wrestle in Olympics. Hopefully this next Olympics coming up. So yeah, that's all in my mind too. I really want to win a freestyle Olympic gold medal, so we'll see.
That'd be really cool. You could be like you could be fighting in PFL and at the same time you're going out for like an Olympic medal. Would you try to do MMA and wrestling together at the same time, or would you go all in on wrestling for a year?
Yeah, I just train strictly for just wrestling only, and yeah,
So you put the MMA career aside for a little bit to go all in for the wrestling.
maybe yeah, we'll see, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when the time comes. But if I was to do that, I would try to strictly just train only wrestling.
Well, if you get a couple more $1 million, a couple more big PFL victory championships, I mean, be a little easier, wouldn't it? You wouldn't
Yeah,
have to worry about the day job.
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a little easier, a little easier. And so I have some quick random little questions, but like, what was the more satisfying win? Was it getting the first $1 million championship, or was it beating Jake Shields?
Probably beating Jake Shields. Um, just because when I was coming into the tournament, nobody knew me, and everybody knew Jake Shields, and he was on top dog. He's still one of the best grapplers in the world, and one of the best fighters too. He got a lot of notable wins on his record. So just to beat him was one of my highlights of my career.
And also the revenge for your dad.
I guess so. But I really just wanted to challenge myself against him because he was a big he was a big in when I was younger I used to watch him down here when he used to fight down in Super Brawl in Hawaii, and he would be beating everybody, and it was like nobody could beat him just because of his nonstop wrestling, and his jiu-jitsu was so top notch that nobody had an answer for it, especially in Hawaii. People don't really grapple or wrestle in Hawaii like how they're supposed to, and I'm pretty much the only one that is a true wrestler in Hawaii. And yeah, it's just a lot of people they're more like those box in Hawaii and street fight, and everybody wants to be standing up, so they really don't take the wrestling and the grappling seriously. So, but yeah, Jake Shields he's still one of the best in my opinion.
You said you were a knucklehead growing up. Were you into street fights growing up?
Yeah, I was in a lot of street fights. Yeah.
Just this
But
what it
that's
is. The
just
way it
how
is.
we
It's the way
grew
it
up
is.
in Hawaii. You fight, and that was it. You guys would shake hands, and then it would be squashed. You know what I mean? But nowadays, people like shoot and stab or whatever. We use weapons. It's not the case back in the day, and that's how you make friends too. You fight them, and then that's it, and then we friends after that. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
It's that respect factor you have after you fight each other. You're like they're willing to like throw hands, grapple, do all that kind of stuff. Like once you get after a street fight, there's just a mutual respect there because you guys actually went out there and did it. It's
yeah,
kind of like when you like in normal MMA
yeah,
fights. Like after you guys fight each other, it's hard to not have respect for the guy.
yeah. It is, and especially with MMA, anybody who steps in the cages, you deserve respect because not many people wanna do it, especially at the high level. So yeah,
So, and another thing is like you kind of don't really have a diet. You just kind of do the broader nutrition system and eat kind of whatever you want. You still doing that, or as you get older, are you starting to realize, maybe I shouldn't eat this or this?
I really don't. I just eat whatever I want. Yeah, I just age is just a number. I don't really. That's not in my mind. When I think I'm young, so and I am young, so
Yeah, you are young. You can kind of get away. You can. It's easy. It's easy to get away with a lot.
yeah, so, yeah. I really don't care.
The broader nutrition system, just eat whatever. And then my last question: do you think you're currently the worst matchup possible for Kamaru Usman?
Um, I don't know about the worst, but I would just do what I want to him. I think I would beat him hands down. I don't know what he's talking about. He like go and box Canelo Alvarez. Like, he's out of his mind. And yeah, it's just I think I can beat him everywhere. Wrestling, standing up, his stand up game is not even close to Canelo Alvarez. So yeah, I think I'll just run right through him.
The MMA boxing and like actual boxing are two completely different
It's
things.
two
It's there's completely different.
totally different things. Like you cannot do the same things you do in MMA with boxing. You know what I mean? And you cannot do the things you do in MMA with boxing. It's the same thing. Like there's no way that people can say you can box elite boxers if you're not training boxing. So yeah,
when you don't have a threat of a takedown, their hands are a little bit higher because they know it's literally just punches. It's not, you don't have to worry about like stopping a takedown or things like that. It's just completely different things. It's like saying, I don't know, like football, like soccer and football. If you can kick a soccer ball, you can go punt a football. No, it's not the same thing.
Yeah,
It's a little bit different.
it's
It's a
totally
little bit
different.
different.
Totally different.
Completely different. Totally different. So as I said, my intern here, he hasn't said a word this entire time. This was kind of like a game. He's going to ask a series of 5 questions. If you like the question, you answer it. But if you don't like the question, you can tell him you don't like the question, and we wrap this thing up.
All right, let's get into it. So kind of a follow-up from earlier, but first things first, what's the best dirt bike trail you've ever ridden on?
Probably in the best dirt bike trail is probably in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys don't know it. Yeah. Do you have to name? You want me to name it?
Oh yeah. Like, which island is it on?
This is on Oahu. I really didn't ride
Nice.
anywhere else, so I only rode here. So it's in Palisades. It's called Steve's Trail.
Nice. I bet does it have like great overviews like the ocean and stuff, or?
Yeah, you can see it out far as you can see.
Oh, that sounds great. So question number 2, do you think more fighting leagues should adopt like a tournament playoff style like the PFL? I notice it's a great strategy for having fights go well and just picking overall champion.
Yeah, they should, but they're not. It's more for entertainment wise. You know what I mean? Like the UFC, they're gonna do it for entertainment purposes. But the league is good because you get to fight. I fight 5 times a year, so 5 times within 6 months. So the league is good if you want to be active. But if you don't want to be active and you just want to fight a couple fights, then that's different. But I think the league is a good thing to do.
Awesome.
But also, I love the one thing I love about PFL too is I love the way it incentivizes like finishes. So like if you're out there being a decision machine, like you can't like get into the playoff potentially, even if you have 3 wins. Like you have to go out there and go for finishes.
Yeah,
I love it.
You have to finish. If you don't finish, then you're not gonna make it.
Nope.
Yes, sir. All right, number 3. So what's your favorite go-to carbo load before a fight?
Favorite carb? I don't know. I eat all kind of carbs. I don't have a favorite. I eat whatever.
Fair
Pasta,
enough.
bread, whatever, pizza, whatever.
Yeah, hey, all that's good stuff.
Whatever's in front of you is going in. Whatever's in
Yeah.
front is going in.
Yeah.
Perfect. Question number 4. So what was your favorite part about the Disney trip you took after winning that PFL title this year?
My favorite part was just that I got to take my kids to Disneyland. You know what I mean? As a kid, I never got to go to Disney World. I mean, I went to Disneyland, but I got to take my kids to Disney World and Universal Studios, and that was pretty much my favorite thing. I could take all my kids and my whole family to Disney World and Universal and just kind of relax.
I bet seeing them smile was like the best part overall. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, taking the little kids to Disney World, that's the best part, the best thing to do. So,
yeah.
All right. And my last question. So, question number 5: how do you think you'll do in the PFL this year? I mean, we all know 5-0, but how do you think you'll feel?
Yeah, I'm gonna be back in the playoff. I mean, in the championships again and win that belt one more time and win that $1 million check.
Are they ever going to make it above $1 million? I feel like with inflation, it's got to be up there a little bit now, right?
I hope so. I hope it gets
I hope so for you too.
Like a $5 million check, a pot. So we'll see.
That would be nice.
We'll see. We'll see. So we should expect you in the Octagon in May?
May 6th, yeah. In Arlington, Texas.
Ooh, fans?
Yep, fans.
Woo-wee! That's going to be the second time then since pandemic, right? Because I know the championships had some fans, right?
What was that?
You got fans in the championships, right? So this is going to be the second time you fought since COVID started with fans in attendance?
Yep, second time.
Oh,
yeah, you guys
man.
are in Texas, huh?
No, well, I'm sort of. So like our company's based out of Texas.
Oh.
I'm in Indy.
Oh.
But I might be there. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work some magic. But anyway, man, appreciate you coming on. Obviously, if there's anything else you want to promote, I know you're a big family guy. You got the brothers. Go ahead and just If there's anything you want to promote it.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on, and I'm fighting in May 6th in Arlington, Texas for the PFL, and yeah, thank you.
Beginning of another championship run.
Yeah.
So with us, for Ray, see you guys.
All right. Hello.
That was a great interview with our man, Ray Cooper III, but I want to once again thank the sponsor of the show, Living.Fit. Living.Fit is a health and wellness company that will help you achieve all your fitness goals, from building muscle, losing fat, or maybe trying something new. Not only are there workout programs, but they can help with your nutrition and build out your home gym. For all my personal trainers out there looking to get certified in kettlebell and battle rope movements, they're the place to be. Make sure you go visit the website and download the app, Living.Fit, today. Now, here is Chas Skelly. All right. We're here with Chas Skelly. So I texted you. I think I said this in the show on Tuesday, but I wanted to save this for you too as well. We were talking about the last card. We killed it. We were very smart on this card. I did something very, very responsible. I took the 4 underdogs, and my game plan was I'm going to bet on one, and then if they lost, I'd bet more on the next one, and if they lost, then I'd bet more on the next one. Because eventually one was going to win.
Yeah.
And then I lucked out with Aljo. Or not lucked out. That controversially won with Aljo. So very responsibly just kept betting more and more and more.
Yeah, that's how you always win.
That's how you win. Exactly. Just bet more on the underdogs.
It's a winning strategy.
It is a winning strategy. I don't feel as good. Last week we had a great friend of the program parlay. This week it's not going to win. I'll be honest. It's not gonna win.
What is it this week?
This week it's Will Knight and oh god damn it, and Chris Barnett.
I don't have either one of those guys winning.
Yeah, neither do I. Love them both, but
yeah,
they're not gonna win. All right, let's go on into the card. Let's kind of move our way down. First one, you got Ali Alatang versus Kevin Kroom. Chaz, got anything for this one?
I want to be honest. I don't even know really who Alatang is. I know who Kevin Kroom is. If I looked up Alatang, I would probably know, but I didn't really have the time to go through and watch the video of every fight individually this week. So there are several fights on this card that I do know, but that is not one of them. And so, no.
So funny thing is, that's actually one of the ones I'm feeling pretty confident in. I like the he has a win over. So Alatang has a victory over Batagral. You know, he got knocked out a couple weeks ago, but like that guy was considered a pretty good prospect. But he has a win over him. I don't think Kroom's going to be able, like Kroom's like vulnerabilities is like takedowns and such.
Yeah,
which Alatang doesn't really do. He likes to stand and bang. So I mean, like I like the fight done by KO at plus like 200 or whatever. I don't think it goes the distance. So I think they're going to swing and bang.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really big on Kevin Kroom. All that. I don't think he's like terrible or anything. I just, when I've watched his past fights, he does have a lot of holes in his game from striking and grappling aspects. So
yeah,
I don't think I think when he gets in trouble on his feet, he doesn't necessarily have great takedowns to get it down. And I don't necessarily think he has the greatest striking. So I could see that.
I like Alatang. He is plus minus 190, but I like Alatang here. All right, next one is Stella Nunes and Sam Hughes. I don't really have anything on this one. Do you have something on this, or is this
not so much, but I do think that Sam Hughes, so I do know people that train with her, and I do think that she's going to come out looking a lot better in this fight than she has in the past. I don't think that she's had a great start to her UFC career, but I think that the odds are a little worse than they should be on this one.
Yeah,
I did watch a little.
Wide. They're wide. The odds are a lot wide.
I did watch a little bit of the girl that she's fighting, and I think it's going to be a close fight. I mean, I would probably steer clear of it just because it seems like that she's not necessarily the gamer type. She doesn't go out there and she doesn't do well in the actual fight, but I could see her pulling this off. Honestly, I know that she's worked real hard, and I know that she's made big improvements in her camp. So I could see Sam Hughes pulling it off. She's one that you might want to look for, but I'm going to steer clear of it.
Yeah, I was leaning towards it. If I'm feeling good, got a couple. If I won earlier with the Alatang, I'll probably take that. That's probably what I will do. And I'll probably do it anyway. Let's be honest. Moving on to Ogden and JoJo Levitt, the first nerd of the card. I like Levitt here. I like the fact that he's he's welcoming Ogden into the UFC. I like to fade some of these guys when they enter the UFC unless they're like a crazy prospect. I don't really think Ogden's this crazy prospect. So other than that, though, I love Levitt. I like watching him fight. I like his grappling. I think he can negate Ogden's grappling and he'll stand more on the feet. So I kind of like Levitt here.
So I do know both of these guys pretty well. I will say one thing. Now, neither one of them are like world beaters when it comes to striking, but Ogden, without a doubt, has the better striking.
Yeah.
Levitt's striking is really not good. And Levitt has pretty interesting ways of getting it to the ground, and Levitt is very okay with being on his back. Ogden has won a lot of fights by submission, and he is more of a ground guy. He has pretty good takedowns, and he's pretty good on top, but he leaves himself open a lot. He leaves himself open for submissions a lot. Like if you watch his last fights, I mean, he's had a lot of submission attempts thrown up on him, and a couple of the submission attempts he had thrown up on him in the Contender Series against the redheaded guy. Geez, I can't remember his name, but if Levitt throws one of those up, he's gonna stick it. I mean, he was in an arm bar triangle back to wait, am I thinking of TJ Laramie that was in that arm bar triangle? Either way, Ogden, when I watch Ogden's, I've watched a lot of Ogden's fights, and he leaves himself open when he's on top. He's not the greatest, like puts his hands on the mat, does stuff like that, like does the simple stuff that you could do to keep yourself from getting caught on top. If he keeps it on the feet, I do think that he can win. I think if he comes out and he's smart, he wins this fight. Unfortunately, I do not think that's going to happen. I think he's going to get overzealous. UFC, big stage. I think he's going to come out. I think he's going to land some strikes. I think Levitt's going to clinch up with him and possibly even pull guard. I think Levitt will probably win this by armbar or triangle.
So you like him by sub. Let's look into it real quick. Levitt by submission is currently at plus 350. Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a real good one right there. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I like baiting guys when they just enter the UFC. Sometimes the moment can get too big and they can kind of crumble and maybe not be as smart with their fight IQ.
Yeah, they just don't make the smartest decisions.
Nah.
When Levitt has been there previously, he has fought some good fights. I think Claudio kind of gave the blueprint on how to out grapple Levitt, just with being smart and being technical and keeping your limbs in and controlling well. But I don't think Ogden possesses those abilities. I mean, I've grappled with Claudio quite a bit, and he's a good grappler. He's good on top, and I think I could see Levitt really sticking a submission here.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Friend of the program, Chris Barnett versus Martin Boudet. I think Boudet is going to kind of just walk through Chris. Just to say it nicely. Chaz, what do you expect? I
think so. Basically, I feel the same way. I don't necessarily know if he's going to walk through him. I think this could be a pretty boring fight, to be honest. I don't think this is going to be
like a point fight.
I think that Barnett's going to try and turn it into a point fight. I think what's going to happen is Barnett's going to get trapped against the cage. Boudet's going to he's going to continue to clinch and hold him against the cage and land shots. And I think Barnett, when he's out in the open, I think he's going to try and throw some of the flashy stuff that he throws. I think that Boudet's going to be hip to it. I think he's going to realize what's going on. He's going to stay out there. So Boudet's pretty flat-footed. He's not necessarily like a super quick, fast twitch guy. Barnett is. But I think that when Boudet gets a hold of him and push him against the cage, I think he's going to wear down those fast twitch muscles, wear him down a little bit, slow him down a little bit, work some dirty boxing in there on the clinch, maybe even look for a couple takedowns. It would be up and down type ordeal. But I do think that Boudet probably is going to end up getting I would say a decision win. I think it's going to be boring.
I would say over is like plus 110 for over 1.5.
I would hit that.
That was already that was what I was leaning towards. I love taking overs in some of these heavyweight fights when you just don't like. We'll get to it in a minute. Like Devin Clark and William Knight. Like I expect that one to go the full entire distance. But we'll get to that in a minute. Up next on the list is Jesse Ronson in Rafa Garcia. I don't have anything.
So this is a tougher one. I mean, Jesse Ronson, he's good. He's good. You know, he's a good all around fighter. I've watched Rafa Garcia. I've watched them both. I'm gonna stay away from this one.
It is a pick 'em,
but is it? I haven't
'em.
even looked at the odds on this card or anything, so I don't know. I have placed a couple. I placed a couple bets a couple days ago. I just looked at it real quick, and there were a couple that I really liked, so I just placed them real quick. But I haven't really went down through and looked at it. I would definitely steer clear of this fight. If I had to pick, gun to my head, I would go with Jesse. I just think he's a little cleaner. He's been around the block, and he's a solid fighter. I think he's got some good wrestling. He's a good fighter. So I would go with him. I think he's got the cleaner skill set of the two.
The more well-rounded, cleaner, all well built. Okay, so on to the next one. I have a pretty goddamn big parlay on this next one. Jakar Close versus Brandon Jenkins. It's close. AJ McKee, and then I took the Nets like 4 days ago. I got like a free parlay I had to get by the end of the day, and I was like, all right, we're gonna do Close, AJ, and the Nets. So far we're so good. But
I think you're gonna hit that, by the way.
I do too. I think I'm good. The Nets were the only one. I was honestly the most nervous about the Nets pulling through. I love AJ tomorrow. But anyway, back to the UFC. Jakar Close, Brandon Jenkins. He's returning from the hardest hitting shover in the UFC and Jeremy Stevens. He has had some lingering effects. Do you think that's anything we should really be worried about? Or do you think we're gonna go back to seeing the old Jakar Close?
I mean, I don't know what the deal was with that. You know, sometimes when you're cutting weight and your brain gets rattled around like that, I mean, it can't be a good thing. Maybe
I think he herniated his disc, is what I saw. He had like a herniated disc and something.
Oh, really?
Else. Yeah,
so was he actually got like vertigo or something after that?
Yeah, it was something crazy. It was wild. He like legitimately got effects, but it makes sense. So you just dehydrated your body and you get shot.
Yeah. No, I don't think. I wouldn't be worried about that. I'm big on Jakar Close. I've always been big on this guy. I think he has a very well-rounded skill set. I think he's a world man. I think he's a great athlete. He has really good wrestling. He's been in there with some really, really solid guys. Bobby Green, Lando, Benel Dariush, I don't know. He's a couple more really, really good guys. He hasn't really had any like super easy fights, and he's came out on top on a lot of these fights. And to be honest, he had Benel on skates before he got knocked out by him. And so, I'm big on Jakar Close here. I'm going to put him in a parlay. And I don't know who else just yet, but I think I'm going to put him in a parlay because he's a stud, and I see him definitely taking this fight.
And I just don't know which the problem with him is like you can't pick a certain way for him to finish it. And then like that's my problem too. I don't know. Like I'm gonna take him by finish just because I don't want to say guaranteed. Don't want to say the L word. Like I just feel he's gonna finish it. I just don't know if it's gonna be on the feet or if he's gonna submit him. It's just like I don't know why because it's just so well rounded. But no, I'm the same boat. So you're not leaning towards a sub or KO. Just kind of taking him just straight.
I would actually, yeah, I am. I would lean towards TKO.
TKO. Okay.
Yeah, in this case, I see him. I see him using his wrestling and kind of getting in there and getting some takedowns. But I honestly see him coming with some. Hopefully, after he uses wrestling a little bit, he comes with some feints and hits him with some hard shots, striking. I could see him TKO in here.
Yeah, regardless, he's gonna come off pretty big one coming from Jakar Close. Yeah. All right. I would do the AJ McKee Close and then find something else to throw in there. I love that little parlay. I wanted to take Pico.
I actually I'm big on that Bellator card. I'm big on Linton Vassell over Timothy Johnson as well. So
ooh, okay. Mm-hmm. I was gonna ask you at the very end, but yeah, let's fuck it. Let's just go right in. Let's just real quick. What do you like on the Bellator? Just real quick.
AJ McKee and Linton Vassell. Those are the two that I like.
Dude, I love AJ. I'm excited for whenever he gets into the UFC. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be not like Michael Chandler, but I feel like he's going to be a little more successful because he's younger and he'll be able to actually like he'll have his prime years in the UFC. So that'll be
AJ's
exciting.
a stud, man. He's
good.
He's very, very well-rounded guy. He's got some really slick submissions, slick jiu-jitsu. He's got great takedowns. He's got great striking. He's a dork, but he's a well-rounded fighter. He's like I don't know him personally. I'm being stupid, but he seems kind of like a dork.
It's fine. If you're a dork and you can knock people out, choke people out, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. It's not even like it's endearing.
It's an endearing dork, dork. Yeah. No, he's gonna be good. It's like the part of the new wave of fighters where like you really have to be well rounded if you want to be successful. You can't be like a one trick pony anymore. You literally have to be able to do everything and do it all really well.
The thing with him that he is very unassuming. I love that. Yeah. I love it when a fighter is like super unassuming. Just go out there and handle business, and then put your glasses back on and make a bad joke. And
all right. Next one we got, it's another one I don't really have any opinions on. It's Landsberg versus Kianzad. I don't really have anything on this one.
I do know both of these ladies. I have watched film on both of these ladies, but with this one, I'm going to plead the fifth. I think I just don't see this being a very exciting fight.
Do you want to know the odds?
Yeah.
Plus 300, get Landsberg. Minus 400, Kianzad.
I don't like those odds. Well, let me look into that after this a little deeper. I don't like those odds just off the top of my head. I mean, geez, that seems a little wide to me.
It's a little wide.
Could take a stab there, but I probably wouldn't. Still, I'd see this fight being one of those go to decision, split decision type deals. I think it's going to be a little sloppy. And I'd avoid that.
The bad thing with this card is it feels like a lot of decisions are incoming. Okay, that this feels like a decision card, which sucks because everyone's talking about how much this card looks like it's gonna suck. But there's some little spots like close and a couple other spots which we'll get to in a minute, like that are like really exciting. But it does feel like a lot of decisions incoming. Which with the next one, Devin Clark, Will Knight, I don't think they even hit hard enough at light heavyweight to knock each other out, let alone at heavyweight. So I think this is gonna go to decision. Take the over, whatever. I don't care. I just don't see either knocking each other out. I just think I think they'll strike consistently. Maybe have a couple of moments, but I don't see either really getting taken out.
So I disagree with you on that. I think Will Knight hits plenty hard to knock people out because I sat cage side when he was fighting Alonzo Minifield, and those dudes sounded like they were throwing bricks at each other. It was insane. But so Knight is a very strong guy.
Yes, he's extremely strong.
So the way that I see William Knight, and you're going to disagree, you're going to think I'm dumb, but hear me out. I look at him as kind of like a Derek Lewis, but without the crazy, crazy knockout power. I look at him as like one of those guys. He doesn't have very good takedown defense, but he'll just bench press somebody off of him.
Okay. Now I see what you're
saying. Yeah. Not like I'm going to come up in one punch. Not like that. Not like Derek Lewis striking. Not like he's going to come out and just hit you with one of those lunch boxes and put you to sleep in one punch. Just like his takedown defense isn't very good, but his grappling's not horrible because he always gets back up somehow.
Because he has a Derek Lewis jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
Beast jiu-jitsu.
But I see this being a takedown clinic. I think Devin Clark's going to come out and he's going to take him down, and I think he's going to be able to. William Knight's probably going to get back up a few times, but I think Devin Clark is kind of a grindy type guy. I think he's going to continue to take him down and probably take a decision here.
Maybe a late sub or something like that. Maybe at the very end when
the
muscles gas out a little bit.
Lactic acid buildup. But I do see takedowns incoming, and I think he wins. That's his path to victory.
Yeah, I think so. We're on the same
think-
page with the over.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think if Devin Clark doesn't look for takedowns soon, I think he will get hurt though, because he recovers pretty well for a guy that size, like taking
Mhm.
shots like that. He gets hurt, but he recovers well. But I think he should really be looking for takedowns here.
I think he'll be shooting. He'll be shooting.
He will.
He will. Yeah, I expect him to. Also, you said you about to say something stupid. I'm like the king of saying dumb shit. So don't if you want to say something stupid, be my guest. We're all for dumb takes. Even though that wasn't a dumb take, that was a good take. Next one you got. I want to say the full names for this one. Actually, I don't know how to say the full names. Lusa Lazez. I like Lusa. I like his durability when he fought Jack Della Maddalena. There was some opportunity. Like I think if Maddalena fought anyone else, probably would have got a finish. But like he's going to be a 170 guy. People should be on the lookout as Maddalena. And the fact that Luso was able to survive all 3 rounds, I think is impressive. I like his durability. I like him in this spot against Lazez. I mean, Lazez's best victory is over Abdul Razak, and let's be honest, he doesn't really have takedown defense, and that's literally all that happened was just takedown. So I don't know. I like Lusa here. I like the fact that he's a dog. I might even take him by knockout. I don't know, but I like Lusa at plus 165 a lot, and I think it's a good opportunity for him to step in late notice, going for the win.
So Anj is one of my training partners. I know him very well. Yeah. Great guy. Love the guy to death. Super funny, super cool guy. And I definitely, so Anj has worked his wrestling pretty tirelessly for the last few years. Since I've known him, he's been nonstop working his wrestling. He has very, very tight combinations. He's a great striker. Now that fight on the Contender Series, I think, was a lot closer than people think it was.
Oh, I'm with you on that. Yeah, I'm with you on
I
that.
think the reason that people look at it as such a far margin is because if you listen to the commentary, it seemed to be very biased to me. Not necessarily, I'm not saying that they were, oh, this guy's going to win. I'm just saying that Anj was getting some shots in there, and it was a pretty good contested. Now, I'm not saying that he won, but I'm saying that it was a close fight. And Anj looked pretty good going against the guy that is a top tier guy.
And he hit some heavy shots on him too. Like he hit Jack with a lot of really good shots.
Yeah. And so I think it would serve Anj well to come to the body early in this fight. And I think once he starts putting money in the bank, water in the basement, come to the body, he starts coming up top. I think Anj is going to find a lot of success with the little sprawl and brawl. And I think once he starts in on the body early, I think you're going to start seeing a change in the dynamic of the fight. And I think Anj is going to take over with striking.
So we're on the same page. We both like Anj here. Anj Lusa, late notice debut, going to get the W. And
he's in shape. He trains all the time.
I expect most people to be in shape.
Yeah.
They're just taking the fight. No, I like Lusa a lot in this spot. So I think now this is technically the main card. We got Sabatini, Laramie. I don't really like the prices here. It's minus 500 plus 350. Sabatini minus 500. So I think Sabatini is going to win. Maybe sub. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that line is atrocious, but I think that Sabatini is going to win. I think that Laramie has the better takedowns. I think that Laramie can get the takedowns, and I think that their striking is somewhat of a wash. I kind of actually even thought that Laramie might have a little better striking. I mean, he hits hard. He's got good overhands. He sets his takedowns up with his striking. He doesn't look like a slouch or anything. And Derek Minner hit him with that guillotine, but he hit him with it quick. The fight didn't really have time to develop. He just kind of left his head in there, which was his mistake. But Laramie's better than that. And man, that's a really wide line for that fight. Do I think Sabatini is the better grappler? Yeah. And so I think Sabatini is going to win this with superior grappling, but man, that's a crazy wide line. But yeah, I'm probably not even going to hit it because I think Sabatini's going to win the fight. So I didn't think it would be that wide though.
No, neither did I. I've seen so many parlays for that. I was like, no. I don't trust that. I'm not putting that in my parlay at minus 500. Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, so Sabatini's got a good, like a wide range of grappling, though. He's got,
Yeah.
obviously he hit Jamal Emmers with that heel hook, but he was hurt in that fight. He got hurt, he got dropped, and then he hit him with that heel hook. And then who was the fight you saw him kind of dominate a fight grappling? I think it might have even been Doug Rose. Please stop the whining. She wants me to throw her toy.
Thug.
Give me that. So, yeah, I mean, Sabatini, he's the better. I think he's the better grappler, and Laramie, I don't think can help himself, but try and shoot. I think that's his MO. He's going to come out and he's going to look for the takedowns. I think that's going to be a downfall. I think it's going to be a bad game plan for him, but I think that's what he's going to do, and he's going to end up losing grappling.
That makes sense. All right, let's go on into the next one. Maria Bueno Silva versus Yanan Wu. I don't know. I think Silva's going to win by KO. I have no idea what the number is, but I mean, I just expect her to knock her out.
Yeah, I know Bueno Silva. I don't know what's her name. Wu. I've never watched her fight, so I couldn't. Like I said, I didn't have time to watch the film on the people I haven't seen in the past. So yeah, I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's gonna be one of the ones where if I'm a little cold, I'm not even gonna touch it. Probably skip it watching it. Actually, no, Silva hits hard. She hits hard. I'll probably watch. Next one though is one I'm very excited about. Andre Viallo, Miguel Baeza. Baeza has been he was a hot prospect. He's got a couple losses. The knockout was pretty vicious, but I still love his upside. Fiallo, who dealt with Michelle Pereira for 3 rounds in a late notice debut. But I like Baeza here. The line I like is the by submission. I love his jiu-jitsu. I think it's like plus. I wrote it down. I think I did. It was like plus 350 or something like that. So I really like Baeza to take it to the ground at some point. Maybe if he now, especially getting knocked out, maybe we'll go for more takedowns, go for more ground game. I don't know, but I like Baeza here. I like the submission line at plus 550. I knew I liked it a lot. It's plus 550.
Well, Andre is also a teammate of mine,
so
I'm a little bit biased here, but I see Andre. The thing with Andre, so Baeza, I've been a fan of Baeza since I first watched him fight. He's so clean. Yeah. He's so clean technically. He's very athletic. He's a very, very clean guy. He's like, I really enjoy watching him fight. It's like art out there. But
he's just an artist painting his canvas.
Yeah. And it's funny. In his I think it was the fight he got knocked out.
Chaos.
I was watching. I was like, man, this kid is just so freaking good. And then he got knocked out. I was like, well, damn it.
He was piecing up the leg. He destroyed Chaos Williams' leg, and then Chaos threw like just some power. Just went like Donkey Kong, massive right hand, and slept him.
So the thing with Andre is that Andre is also very athletic. He's an athletic guy.
Yeah.
He's athletically gifted. He's got a lot of fast twitch. Andre's got great cardio, and he hits really hard. Hits like a truck. So I'm actually, Andre to me technically is a better striker than Chaos Williams. Yeah, I think he's the technicality of his striking. He's very clean. He's got good kickboxing. He's got good straight punches and kicks. And I see him actually. I think Andre could take this fight. I'm a little bit biased. I really like Andre a lot, but with Baeza getting knocked out his last fight like that, I see Andre touching his chin and doing the same.
Baeza could be really timid in this fight. You've never seen when a young fighter like that after they get knocked out, you don't know what's going to end up happening. So
I would imagine he's going to be looking for takedowns though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be takedowns. I don't expect. I think both probably chins will be fine. I mean, Andre's pretty durable too, so who knows? Maybe it'll be an over clinic. Let's see. What would that be? Love the overs. Oh, it's -1. Fuck that. I'm not taking that. It's like -175. Hell no. All right. Next one is another prospect fight. You got Caio Barajo against Omar Gadshiev. I know I said that one wrong. That's a Russian guy undefeated. What else do you really need to say? Let's hear what you got to say.
I gotta go with the wrestling. I just think that the wrestling's going to take over here. If I'm being honest, I think when he takes him down, he's going to be able to hold him down. I think he's going to control it on top. I think it's just going to be I think you're going to see, get wrestle fucked basically.
A grapple fucking in the comments. Yep. Yeah, I like Baralo a lot. I kind of wish I gave him a better matchup because I think he is. I think he's a cool, likable guy. He's another nerd, second nerd of the program.
I like him a lot too.
Yeah, just a bad first matchup. Kind of sucks to see them put him in this spot. But I agree with you. Over Clinic, minus 140 price for the Russian. That's a great price. So let's go on and move on to the main event. Bilal Muhammad, Vicente Luque. I love watching Luque fight. Are any of these guys teammates?
Vicente, yeah.
All right, good. I can say this then. Bilal loves to fight boring fights. They love to give Vicente these opportunities against guys who sometimes fight boring fights, or most of the time fight boring fights. You're like, all right, Vicente, go make them be fun. And he goes out there and does it. So I love Vicente. One thing that makes me nervous is Bilal trying to do the grapple fucking route. I think Vicente's going to win by submission. I think he's going to wobble Bilal, and Bilal's going to do a panic takedown, and then he's going to get another Darce. What do you expect to happen?
I mean, that's the blueprint with Vicente. I mean, he's got a great Darce, and he's just so technical with the striking. He's just really a pleasure to watch. And I actually really like Bilal too. It's hard to. This is one of those ones. Like, man, I don't want to say one guy's going to win or one guy's going to lose, but I like Vicente a lot. I've known the guy for a long time, and he's just the most likable, most savage human on the planet. He really is just like a sweetheart of a person, but he's just a complete freaking animal when he gets in there in the cage. And I have a hard time betting against him in any situation like it. I can't remember ever thinking that he was going to lose when he goes in there. I just really love his how technical he is with his striking. I love how tight he is. I love it how he keeps his guard perfect. And Bilal's going to have to take him down to win this fight, in my opinion. And I think that Vicente is going to do a good enough job of avoiding the takedowns, and landing his shots to where I think he's going to hurt Bilal and put him away.
Yeah, So wait, do you have submission or do you have knockout? What's
tough.
the official?
It's tough with Vicente because he
has a great IQ, by the way. He has a great fight IQ. I just want to throw that out there.
He loves to jump on the submissions when he hurts people. I'm leaning more towards TKO, but it's one of those things like he's done it so many times. It's like, he hurts somebody and then they go for a bad shot and he hits that Darce and it's over. I'm leaning TKO, but I would not be surprised if it's a submission,
A finish at least for Vicente. Yeah, that's what I've always wondered with fighters. I feel like whenever you knock this is just from me being a dipshit who just like pads. But I feel like when you hurt someone bad, obviously you have that like the animal instinct to try to knock him out. But if you have that IQ, you'd be like, his neck's open. Like I can shoot for it. Like especially if they do like a shoot a takedown. I've always wondered why guys obviously want to get the knockout, but when people shoot like that, are they just not comfortable in jiu-jitsu or like what? Why don't people jump for submissions more?
It depends. Like, it's almost like it's frowned upon a little bit. Like a lot of people, if you've ever seen a fight, I know you've been watching a fight and you've seen somebody hurt somebody and then they go for a submission. They don't get it. You're like, you're so fucking stupid. What the fuck are you doing? How could you be so dumb? He was so hurt. Why didn't you keep pushing him? You fucking idiot. I mean, it's like it's a double-edged sword. You're like,
it is.
And then once they hurt him and they shoot for a takedown, you're like, their neck is open. Submit them. But if they went for the submission, they didn't get them. You'd be like, what the fuck?
That's true. That is very true.
It's whatever. Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know.
It is a toss up every time too.
Me, I'm always looking for the submission. So, I'm always like, anytime I have an opportunity to throw, for a choke, to throw a choke out there, I do it. But, I haven't hurt a lot of people. So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
Well, you knocked out the last guy, Striegel.
Yeah.
Knee up the middle. Come on, you've hurt people. You've hurt people. All right, so let's go back to go through it all. If you want to burn money, take the friend of the program parlay like me. Burn your money, take Barnett and Will Knight together. If that wins, I'll be shocked. But hey, I got to do it for my people. So let's move on. What is your favorite bet on this entire card?
Oh man,
you can pick more than one if you want to.
I'm thinking back on it. Hold on. Let me pull up the numbers real quick before I throw this out there. Just so I know the numbers here.
The exact numbers.
The numbers. I'm a numbers guy, all right.
While you look that up, I'll get my favorite. Mine's Lusa. I love Ange in this I love him in this spot. So that's my favorite on the entire.
Ange was definitely the one. I mean, Ange is 100% one of my favorites also.
Yeah.
But I'm trying
no
to
bias.
think
No bias on this card whatsoever. No bias.
Yeah, I'm very biased.
No, I am too. That's one of our running jokes. We'll say someone about someone we like no bias whatsoever.
So I really like Jordan Levitt.
Okay.
Like I said, if Trey Ogden keeps it on the feet, he's got a good shot here. I just don't think that he has the ability to do that. I really like Ange and I really like Devin Clark.
Ange, Devin Clark, and Ange. All right. I like those. I like those a lot, actually. What do you like? Do you like Devin straight up? Do you like Devin by a certain path?
I just like him to win.
Okay.
Because I just don't really see him getting the submission. And definitely don't see him getting the TKO. But if I were going to go a path, I would have to say submission late. But I just decision.
Okay. So I'm trying to make a parlay real quick of our favorite picks. So if you take all of our favorites right now, so Ange, Levitt, and Devin Clark, plus $7.95, $50 gets you $450. Ain't bad.
I'll do it too.
Ain't bad. I'll go ahead. I'll do it. Fuck it. Why not? I like that one a lot better than the Friends of the Program parlay. I know that one's already lost. So let's be honest with ourselves here. All right. So, and then in terms of that's really, I was going to say, what's the widest number? But there's really nothing. There's no wide numbers here that really kind of jump. Like last week, the Gilbert Burns Chimaev, that line was just stupid. Going back to that, by the way, the fact that he's plus 400 is so disrespectful. I know that should have more of a pick 'em, especially after watching it. Oh my God, that was crazy.
And I actually thought that Gilbert won. And of course, he's my team. Of course, he's my friend.
No, I thought the last minute.
I
thought that last minute when he just kept hitting with the overwrite after overwrite after overwrite.
I know.
That's what
I just think there was that one flurry in the third where he was against the cage.
Yeah.
Kind of just covering up. I think it just kind of looked bad.
Optically, it wasn't a good look. Optically, I think that's what did it.
It didn't matter. It did not look good, but man, I thought he won. I thought he won that third round.
I did too. I was hoping for it, but I the part of me was like, they're not gonna let Hamzat lose.
I was the same. Going into the decision, I really, I kind of felt the same way.
What'd you feel about the soccer kick?
Oh, it didn't connect, did it?
No, it didn't connect. But the fact that he threw it.
Yeah, I was, I feel it. I understand. I'm a man that's thrown some bad decisions out there in fights. I've need some people at opportune times when I shouldn't have. And sometimes you're just feeling it,
I mean, those two. I mean, what was it? Right after, I think Hamzat slapped him. Like right out when they were on the ground after he shot the takedown, he slapped Gilbert on the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, those two were heated. I'm not just saying like that out of that, but like, they were heated like that entire
Yeah.
week. They were heated at each other. So that makes sense when Gilbert rocked him, dude. That was electric.
He
When
hit him so hard.
dude. Oh my god.
Dude, he hit him, turned his head around like a freaking rock'em sock'em robot. Just, it was crazy.
Chimaev's still good, but definitely looks human. Definitely looks
Yeah.
human.
Yeah, no doubt. And but he's a freaking beast, man.
He is.
The guy's
he is.
good.
I was off too. Last week I said Jan was the number one pound for pound. I gotta switch it back over to Volk. Volk's number one right now.
Dude, Volk is I took Volk by TKO. I put a few $100 on it.
I took my winnings from Aljo and put it on Volk won by KO right after. Because we had too many. I have a very dumb way of betting. This is how my dumb brain works. Is if like there's a certain amount of decisions, I'm going to bet by finish. Like that's just how I operate. And it's like we had a couple decisions in a row, and I was like, all right, so I got my underdog. Korean Zombie's super hittable, so I guess Volk's probably gonna get like another like standing TKO, which he should have got against Ortega. And then when that fourth round started, I was like, God damn it, they're gonna let him just murder someone again for 5 rounds.
I was scared. I was also scared. I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why? But I'm glad it went the way it did. You call that I call that when people do that, I call that roulette betting.
It's electrifying. I did
a
lot of roulette
too many times. It's got to hit red.
There was, I think it was the first card back in front of fans. I got so lucky by doing the roulette betting that time. I just remember thinking like, no one thinks Usman's going to win by knockout. I'm going to take him to win by knockout. Then he knocks out Jorge Masvidal. It's just like the stupidest shit. I don't know. I've had a lot of lucky ones like that. Whereas it's like, I shouldn't have.
I actually had Usman by TKO in that one myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you think it was going to be that way, or did you think he was going to take him? Oh
no, I thought he was going to take him down and
just pound the shit out.
Yeah, pound him. But I was there, and it was
that would have been so much.
Yeah, it's crazy. I got a great video of it actually. I've got a crazy video of the sweats just like. Actually, Jorge's family was sitting right behind me, and I feel so bad because I was cheering. And I've known Kamaru for a long time, and I wanted him to win. I nothing against Jorge, obviously, at all. I actually love watching that guy fight. It's just, I had a few beers and he knocked him out, and I was
What do you expect? It's your teammate. It's your teammate. What do you expect?
Yeah, I mean,
or former
at the time. He's up in Colorado now, but I was really excited for the guy, and Jorge's family was behind me, and I turned around and realized that I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. They were cool though. They were like,
we get it.
That's a fight.
We get it. It's a fight. Yeah, I feel that's one of the things too. You never see the families right after. Like when you see knockout, you never see the families for the loser. It's gotta be tough.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, but it's kind of one of those things too. It's like when you've been in the game that long, they've seen it all and they've experienced it all, and it's just another emotion. It always hurts. Losing either way always hurts for the family, but at some point it's like, well, we've been here, we've done this.
We've been on the opposite side of it when he knocked out.
Yeah.
Like we've been. It's a real. That's the beauty of the fight game. It's a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah.
Unless you're Habib and you never lose.
Yeah.
So. All right, we've rambled. That is the UFC Vegas 51 Luque Muhammad preview. All right, there's your picks. Let's make some money again this week. We had a great card for us last week. I don't know if Harry even bet on it. Did you even bet? Did you bet on our boys? The friend of the program, parlay?
I forgot to put the money in on time because I had thrown money on the baseball, but I was meaning to. I was just at work, always on that grind.
Oh yeah, we're both on that grind. But yeah, we'll make some money this week. Let's go on into our medals for the week. Harrison, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, so my bronze medal goes to the main man, Scrat. And if you grew up on the Ice Age movies like a bunch of us did, you know that Scrat never got his acorn. And with Blue Sky Studios now closing, they sent out one final little video of Scrat finally eating that thing and getting what he's deserved after all these years. And it's just a fitting send off to one of our childhood movie franchises. So salute to Scrat and salute to Ice Age.
Those are some good
Shout
movies.
out.
Good movies. Good movies.
Yes, sir.
I'll go into my bronze. My first bronze medal goes to the Bubble. If you're not aware, we are big Mickey Mouse truthers on the show, but that's not why
Absolutely.
I'm talking the Bubble. Shout out the Bubble though, because everyone just got fucking high as shit all the time. It was 420, 24/7 there. J.R. Smith came out and said all we did was just smoke weed. We just blazed up. So shout out everyone in the Bubble for just getting high and helping LeBron James get his Mickey Mouse championship. Y'all get my medal. So really,
Man,
really, there's another level to this whole LeBron James championship doesn't count. Not only was it in a bubble, not only was there not even fans, everyone was high as shit. They couldn't stay off the weed. So bubble,
Stephen A would be pissed.
he would be pissed. He would be
Yeah.
pissed. That's why he wasn't in the bubble. They were smoking too much pot. But anyway, bubble, you get my bronze medal. LeBron James Mickey Mouse title looks a lot more Mickey Mouse. Harrison, your silver medal.
So my silver medal goes to Minnesota Wild forward Ryan Hartman. After he gave Patrick Kane the bird in the middle of a game or after a game or something, just flipped him off. Said "fuck you, Patrick." And then Minnesota, the NHL decided to fine him for that because, I mean, it makes sense. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's cool in the moment, but you know you're gonna get fined after. And Minnesota Wild fans were like, "Fuck it, we're gonna pay the whole thing." Where's Ryan Hartman's Venmo? We're gonna send him money. He's not paying a dime of this fine. We are giving that man his money because fuck Patrick Kane and fuck the Blackhawks, and I respect the hell out of that.
Shout out Minnesota fans. That's a little
That's hockey.
They're like borderline Canadians, up there in Minnesota.
Yeah.
They're like that's a very non-Canadian. That's an American thing to do, That's a very
Yeah.
American thing to do. So shout out Minnesota for still showing their true heart, their loyalty, their heritage, being true blood Americans.
Absolutely, and that's hockey talk for the week.
That's hockey talk for the week. Silver medal for me. It goes to this kid who he streams. He plays Call of Duty. Every time he gets a kill, he literally has a rave party. He goes fucking crazy. Now, first off, credit to the creativity. That's awesome. That's great. But really, what I'm thinking about is someone who plays Call of Duty. I play Warzone. When you get a kill, most of the time you're playing a fucking team. So like he goes into a fucking rave and there's 3 other dudes. Like you're fucking dancing. You get fucking quick scoped. Like the actual practicality of having a rave after every kill, in my opinion, is kind of fucking stupid. And I'd love to hear what his KDR is. I bet he would fucking destroy me 1v1 though. I'll probably admit that he'd probably kill me. But shout out to that kid. That's electric content. I'm not a Twitch guy, but if I were, that'd be the kind of content I'd want to see. So shout out the little 14-year-old rave streamer.
My favorite bit of that was when he had the little flamethrower in the background.
Oh, it was literally it was like you're like at Ultra Miami. Like that's literally what it was. He was at Ultra Miami. He's Marshmallow. Fucking.
I wonder how much money he makes off of those streams in order to afford that shit, or if his parents pay for it all.
His dad is probably like a multimillionaire.
Probably.
Let's be honest. His dad's a multimillionaire. And he probably paid someone to help set up like the setup. I don't know anything about this kid. I'm just gonna make that assumption because if you have that as a 14-year-old, odds are dad's loaded.
Yeah, absolutely.
Loaded. That's loaded. All right, Harrison, your gold medal.
My gold medal goes to Philadelphia Phillies third baseman Alec Bohm. Me going with the Philly thing for my gold medal. I know, shocker. But on I want to say Monday. It was Monday. He committed 3 errors in the first 3 innings, and as he was walking off the base path, going into the bottom of the third, you could see him mouthing, "I fucking hate this city," as Phillies fans gave him a mock cheer. And after the game, he manned up, apologized, and said, "I was worked up in the moment." And we automatically apologized or owned up to it, and now we love him. I don't get it. This city is ridiculous. Like, we've printed shirts already saying "I fucking hate this city," and I want to buy one. Like, it's sick as hell. This is Philly culture right here. You understand that?
You guys are
that's
special.
our.
You guys are a special sports city. It just doesn't make sense to me. None of you guys make sense. I can't wait for you. You guys are going to be shitting down someone's throat the next minute. Then like 2 years later, after he's gone, you're gonna be like, man, remember when we had Jalen Hurts, dude, and he was like our quarterback, and then we just shit down his throat. Man, I missed the old days. I'm excited for when you guys turn on him next. That's gonna be ugly.
It's gonna be brutal. I'm not looking forward to it right now, but I didn't see myself turning on Carson Wentz or Ben Simmons the way we did. So
You guys turn on
It's,
everyone. It's very rare.
yeah.
The only person I've ever seen really be beloved by Philly, at least outside of the Eagles, really has been Embiid. I can't think like Evan Turner.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you guys turned on him.
Yeah,
he
we
left.
did. Claude Giroux is one of those dudes.
Oh,
I
that's
would
true.
say
He's stuck.
yeah.
He's stuck with the Flyers. So yeah, he's one of the few, very, 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 very few who Philly
Yeah.
respects, and he loves Philly back. So shout out Philly for having like 4 guys that like still love Philly and they love back. My gold medal, it goes to Glue Girl. If you ever live under a rock, you didn't see this woman comes out not with wood glue, not with like any actual good glue. She goes with the fucking kindergarten white ass glue and glues her hand to the floor and stops.
The shit we used to like put on our hands and
like
peel off.
it's like the worst glue you could possibly do, and she glues herself to the floor, and she's just it was maybe the most. Pat Bev whenever started to talk shit to her, like they had to stop the entire game for this woman, and she was like protesting the owner who already sold the team, is in the process of like leaving the organization. So like it also didn't really that didn't make any sense either.
Wasn't it about like him eating meat?
Yeah, she's some vegan crazy. I mean, I heard a lot of people say PETA is like, we want nothing to do with this woman. She's not one of us. So shout out PETA, by the way, for like they're a cult,
actually being on the right
but
side.
they're on the right side of this one. So yeah, shout out Glue Girl. You get my gold medal. I wanted to give it to the streamer kid, but I mean, like, you can't make up
Glue
someone
Girl
trying to
is-
glue
yeah.
themselves to an NBA floor with the shittiest glue in the world. At least like make a real effort and do the wood
Yeah.
glue. And then you'd actually
Get Gorilla Glue or something.
Yeah, use Gorilla Glue, Gorilla Grip. Put your hand on the floor so you can't move it. You literally have to sit there for an hour for that shit to set in. If you have the
Yeah.
fucking white Elmer's glue. So for real,
Great planning.
Yeah, terrible planning. She like imagine like going to the game and like you're in like security, and they're like, "Why do you have glue?" She's like, "I don't know."
Don't worry about it.
She's like, "I don't know. I make little collage books with all the people," and they're like, "All right, fucking weirdo." And little do you know, this woman would I wonder if glue's gonna be on like the no come in list now.
Honestly, I'm surprised it hasn't been there already, because I would have assumed people would try to get around like or try to get through security to like huff glue and get high during a game.
Oh yeah, I was about to say your ass better not say so they can glue themselves to the floor. That's
No.
fucking,
Like
huffing glue. Yeah, definitely, 100%. There's I completely forgot that fucking weirdos huff
Yeah.
glue. So
yeah, like
or eat glue.
yeah. Well, if we're not like in third grade anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I definitely don't.
I mean, it was the Elmer stuff. You never know. That was the prime snack of those weird kids
definitely
in,
not,
elementary
definitely
school.
wasn't a tasty treat. I definitely never ate glue once in my life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's move on before so I don't talk about this disgusting tasty snack. So obviously we did UFC with Chaz. There's a huge fight literally tonight. AJ McKee, Pitbull. You got Aaron Pico. I can't remember who he's fighting, and then you got Nemkov Anderson. Like, it's a massive like Bellator card, as we said last week, and probably I think we said it Tuesday too. Like, the marketing's been dog shit, but we are technically an MMA show, sort of, kind of. Yeah, we're sort of one. So we'll shout out. Well, I mean, like I think we'll say it with Chaz. I have this big parlay going on right now where I took the Nets on Tuesday and I parlayed that with AJ, and then I parlayed that again with the guy on Saturday, Jakar Close. So
nice.
Multi sports, no big deal. I know a little bit of everything. But anyway, yeah, AJ I think really will walk through Pitbull. I bet it goes a little bit longer than 100 seconds this time. Not just because like we're AJ guys, but also just because I just don't think he can clip Pitbull that fast again. But again, I don't know, man. AJ special. Anderson Nemkov will be fun just because Nemkov, his last loss was Yuri Prochazka, who's about to win the title in the UFC. And then Anderson obviously beat Jan Blachowicz way back when. So I don't know. Just kind of that'll be an interesting, fun fight to see if Nemkov really is the goods as we all think he might be. And then Aaron Pico's just a rising prospect in Bellator. Kind of had a bad start off to his career. Not bad start, but he had a hot start, a little cold streak. Now he's back. Those are some names to look out for. Be on the lookout on Friday. Bellator's main card, killer. Like, actually watch it. If you need a legal stream, don't ask me. I definitely don't have access to any of those. So don't DM me asking me for a stream. If you, just like I don't eat glue. Don't ask me for Stream East. Well, actually, no. Streaming never does Bellator. Well, they might for this one. I think they will for this one. Yeah, they will.
Ooh.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah. Okay.
Streammates will do it for the big Bellator fights. They'll have it on there. Anyway, let's talk in other poverty organizations. Can't wait for AJ to get into UFC. So let's go on to our shout outs. I'm gonna give my first shout out to everyone on Twitter bitching about Elon Musk buying Twitter. I don't give a fuck about your opinion, and nothing is going to change on Twitter if he buys it. Only thing that might change is maybe we'll get like a couple people back who've been banned, but like at the end of the day, who fucking cares? Like the world's not going to change. Like who cares? This is worse. And this is one of those things. Like I see my timeline's now just filled with everyone like either pro Elon or anti Elon. I haven't seen one person be like, "Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares?" Yeah. It's Twitter. It's social media. Like, my god, it's so dumb.
What he's gonna put a censorship out on people tweeting out old embarrassing photos of him? Grow the fuck up! I'm gonna tweet those pictures if I want to. I don't care.
Well, it's just like if you're that upset about that, like you're just getting mad to get mad. Who cares? Like shout out keyboard warriors. It's kind of like when you don't have to have an opinion on something. Everyone has an opinion all of a sudden on it. It's fucking stupid. I don't care. I hope he buys it just to piss off people. Or at the same time, though, I hope he gets fucking like blocked by Joe Biden because that would piss off other people too.
That would be so funny.
Give me some prime content so I can watch people melt down on Twitter for the stupidest shit. Harrison, your shout out.
My shout out goes to the state of New Jersey, my home state, because in November of 2020, the vote was passed to legalize marijuana. And now on April 21st, one day after 420, people in New Jersey will legally be able to buy weed.
That's stupid. What? Do it on 420. Have like common sense.
Come on.
You'd make so much money.
Number day.
You'd make so much money.
The taxes that they would rake in from that day would be off the charts.
You could pay for an entire like school, another new school. You can pay for like you can repay all your you can like rebuild all your interstate highways that are like, or you refill all the potholes. There's so much stuff you could do just off one day of sales of marijuana. You could literally fuck it. You could fund an entire country in Africa just by going legalized on 420.
Especially considering that New Jersey is like the most condensed state in the country.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people would be going out that
Think of all the people from New York coming over to like buy weed.
And from Philly and from Delaware. Yeah. Everyone would be coming out.
Exactly. Like they did for gambling, they'll do it for weed.
Exactly.
Do it for the pot.
New Jersey, just the state of degeneracy. Yes. Gotta love it.
Yes, really are the state of degeneracy. So I'm gonna go to my next shout out. I didn't read the article. I want to point that out. I didn't read the article, but I did see something about Tom Brady and Brian Flores. All I got out of it is Tom Brady's a racist egomaniac who was trying to become an owner player, who wanted to fire a black man, bring in a white man to take over the Miami Dolphins. Not only that, I'm just saying his white linemen have his phone number. His one light-skinned left tackle, who's a fucking stud, didn't have his number until he said something to a press conference.
Really?
Whoa. He loves throwing the white people. He loves Gronkowski. Loved Wes. Who's Scotty Miller? I mean,
Scotty Miller.
All I know is I'm just
Danny Amendola.
Hey, Julian Edelman.
I'm
just putting the pieces together that have been laid out in front of me. Again, I didn't read the article, but Tom Brady might be a racist and kind of an egomaniac. So
we're just putting the pieces together. The proof's been in the pudding for his entire career.
I'm gonna say he's been thrown to white guys his entire career. He purposely picks them. And Randy Moss doesn't count.
Randy Moss is Randy Moss. That's a generational talent.
That's a generational talent. You can't discriminate white or dark or light or whatever. He's a generational talent. It's Randy Moss.
Yeah.
All right. Next shout out.
Yeah.
Tom Brady should be in jail. Tom Brady should be in jail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Start that hashtag.
Just for the TB12 diet.
Yeah. Just for using steroids, he should be in jail. Anyway.
Yeah. But my last shout out goes to the T-Wolves players and fans because people were ripping on them for celebrating going to the playoffs. It's their second playoff run in their history. Grow the fuck up. They're gonna celebrate.
All right. Well, I'm on the fence of they went too hard. This is the perspective from someone who's from a city that has literally only won one championship in a long time.
Yeah.
You want a play-in game. You're on the fucking scores table, ripping your shirt off, yelling some crazy shit. You're literally crying, kissing your girlfriend shit. Like, you want a play-in game. You can celebrate, but they're acting like they want a fucking championship.
That's fair. That's
Like,
fair.
I'm all for celebrating it. They're acting like they want a goddamn championship. If you win a playoff series, your first playoff series, that'd be okay. You made the playoffs. You made the playoffs. You didn't do shit. You can't celebrate like that.
This is Pat Bev's. Pat Bev did keep his perfect playoff record, though. That is something.
I guess. It's like I get the celebration. Just they went a little overboard. Just a little overboard.
Oh, just got some new news about IU basketball, though.
Oh,
Race Thompson is officially running it back with us.
Cut that. Well, I'm gonna go into my shout out real quick. It goes out to us. We got hats. First and foremost, we got our merch finally. So I got our little logo on the back. You got the 3 stars, the little audio thing, nice and clean. And not only that, we got our shirts.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yes, sir.
Super clean, looking nice. If you want a shirt, hit me up. Let me know. I might be a model the next couple of days. Not like being pictures taken up, but I'm just gonna be like a walking billboard. But get some merch. The shit's sick. So
yes, sir.
That's a show. That's a show. All right. So for us, for Chaz, for my merch. See ya. Have a weekend. Happy Easter. Or whatever holiday. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around with me all the way to the end. I just want to once again thank the sponsor of the show, Living.Fit. If you're looking to better yourself, make sure you go to download the app or visit the website Living.Fit today.